Okay, right now I'm starting up and doing a charge on this unit. As you can see, our superheat is looking pretty good. We got TXVs on this. Our subcool is still not there. Also, make it a little noisy. You'll see that the sight glass is definitely got lots of bubbles in it. So I'm going to continue charging this unit. 19 pounds is total charge. Right now we're at 11. You see it there? And there we go. Alright, so I put a total of 17 pounds, 11 ounces in. 19 pounds of total charge. You can see that our superheat is still really low. Our subcooling is still low. Look at how high our evaporator coil temp is, saturation. Our EXV, or TXV, I'm sorry, is overfeeding pretty dramatically. So that sucker is way back there in the back. I need to pop that back panel and try to adjust it. Now we want to increase our superheat. This is a Sporlan valve, so we're going to turn it clockwise to increase superheat, counterclockwise to decrease. So we'll probably give it a good 2-3 turns clockwise and see if we can get that superheat up. And then once we get that superheat up, we should start seeing that subcooling come back up because we'll start restricting our flow back down. So I'm making little quarter turns here. So I'm counting to fours. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3 total. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a total of 4 full revolutions in. So let's go see. Let's put this panel back on. See how much that affected our superheat. Alright, as you can see, it brought our subcooling up some, dropped our evaporator saturation, but we still got too low superheat. So we need to make a few more turns in, see if we can get that to come up. Drop that saturation down more, bring that subcooling up by adjusting that valve. Alright, so I had to go another 4 revolutions, total turns on that adjustment. You can see that our saturation come down, our superheat's up, 8's about the bottom end. I really care for it. I'll probably go maybe another 2 revolutions, see if we can get that 8 up to around 12 to 15. Subcooling still down to, it's bouncing between 1 to 3 degrees, but if you notice, the sight glass from before is trying to clear up for us. So I haven't added any further charge, so I'm going to go ahead and finish the charge off for the 19 pounds, see where that subcooling lands. And I'll probably go ahead and adjust that TXV just a little more to get it back up into safe operating point. Alright, so after fighting with this TXV, I know earlier I showed you how we made the adjustment and it improved. And that only lasted maybe 10 minutes, and now it's started to mess up on us again. Now, we've had a lot of trouble with this valve. Normally, I would say when we run into this and it's not controlling properly, we would just replace the power head. In this particular case, though, we've had so many people work on it, and that equalizing line that we worked on has been worked on before, and I'm nervous that there may be more than just a power head issue. I'm thinking somebody may have overheated this valve trying to do repairs in the past. So I'm going to get it's an OVE 20 20-ton valve. So I'm going to go ahead and just purchase a new valve. I'm going to come back tomorrow, and I'm just going to pump this circuit down, and then I'm just going to use all the guts out of the new valve, new power head, the whole assembly, and just pull everything out of the old valve, put the new guts in the new valve, new power head, and get it back in operation. And that should be all it needs. It's the same body, so the internals should fit valve to valve. That way we can save ourselves the trouble of trying to sweat the old one out, new one in. You know, if the body itself isn't a problem, it's all the internals. That's just all we got to worry about. Anyway, I'll send an update out tomorrow on that rebuild.